Well, boys, what's the crack? Here for GWA week number 7. Playing against my goat Steve. Very different team than I expected. Very, very different. The Orthworm is actually very annoying this game. I didn't think Orthworm had much merit on paper, but it's here now and it's annoying because I didn't prep for it much. That's actually so funny. No X Control, no T-Tar, which are the big ones. I kind of thought Ogre could have stayed at home, but it makes sense that it's here. Everything else is pretty much as expected. I actually thought Farigarath had a decent bit of potential here. But at least Ogre being the only Terra captain here means I know for a fact it's going to Terra, so that's grand. Yeah, this Orthworm is actually going to be very annoying for my team. Very, very annoying. Do I even still lead Bolt? I wish I brought Fire Blast. I brought Hydro Pump over Fire Blast because I wanted the T-Tar coverage. In case I had to claim a KO on Drill. But it didn't really work out. Alright. So, well, heading out. Good luck F1 to Steve. Second last week before playoffs now. So, and we're locked for playoffs, so really it doesn't really matter if I win this game, but getting a bye week would be nice, I suppose. I did bring my funny Overquill, which... Gaslight. That is Fez. Do I actually take my damage expecting him to U-turn? Do I actually take my damage expecting him to U-turn? Because Scizor is my very obvious switch here. What should we do? Unless it's fully Fizz Def, we do 2-shot. And I expect it to be Spit Def. Do I take my damage? This could be a throw, I'm actually going to take it. Because I think my switch into Scizor is very obvious here. Heat Wave, yeah. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Cursed Body disables Heat Wave. That's actually fine. So from that damage, it's definitely partly Fizz Def. How much Fizz Def, I'm unsure. Glad I made that return one, because my Scizor was a very obvious switch there, and I didn't want it to get weakened for Kyurem. Honestly, am I fine staying in Psychic Fangs again? He probably goes out to Orthworm here. And Heat Wave's disabled. I think we'll just go out to Scizor here, because it's a fine drop in against Orthworm. It's a fine drop in against Orthworm, and I don't think he wants to risk the roll on Fez here. Because depending on how much Fizz Def he has, it could definitely be a roll in my favor. Roost would probably be worst case scenario for me here. Does withdraw, probably into Orthworm. King Orthworm. Now this thing doesn't do a huge amount to me. Orthworm. My CC actually does a very good chunk to this Orthworm. I think that's worth it, because this thing is very annoying for my team. Yeah, I think CCing this thing is actually worth it. I know I'll take a chunk from like an Earthquake, but I think I'll just get up Hazards here. Yeah, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Coil. Do I kill after a coil? Probably not. It's coil Orthworm instead of hazards. Interesting. Now, do I want to let my Scizor get severely weakened is the question. Let's see. That CC did more than expected, so I imagine he's just probably Spadef. Yeah, Spadef looks about right. This thing doesn't have any recovery. I think I got a high roll with that CC, maybe. 37 to 44. It's probably not likely to KO with another CC. How willing am I to give up my Kyurem check? This really frees up Overquill. I think I have to do this. This really frees up Overquill. I think knockoff into CC kills though. Body press. That's a lot of damage, but we can still take one Kyurem hit if it's not Specs. I think CC is just my free play here. It's very obvious, but yeah. Okay, cool. I'm absolutely fine with that trade. I know my Kyurem check is weakened, but given that there's no T-Tar, it makes the Overquill endgame a lot easier. What's the best drop in here? Probably Water Pond? Probably Water Pond, yeah. Yep. Now comes Water Pond. I think I'm fine just going into hard Gyarados here. I think I'm fine just going hard Gyarados here. I don't think he can fit SD Trailblaze. So SD is a little bit annoying if he goes for it, but it's not much besides that. We get the -1 off. Terras. So our Tera Blast Grass is now super effective if we do that. And we see a knockoff. That's fine, actually. Let's see that damage. 88 max. Yeah, so that just looks like very standard Ogerpon. That just looks like very standard Ogerpon. Do I want to pop my Terra and Gyarados here? I think I do. Terra Grass is just useful against this team. I think Terra Grass is just useful against this team. He could U-turn though. Actually, I think EQ is very safe here. Yeah, I think EQ is very safe. Because I don't die to 2 Wood Hammers anyway. I think just straight up EQ is very safe. He does U-turn, yeah. Okay, glad I did that. Glad I did that. So he doesn't really have a great EQ drop in here. He probably just goes hands. Goes hands. You can see some EQ damage. That's some nice damage. That actually looks relatively offensive. This might be SD hands. Like a faster SD hands. Or it could just be full speed FAB. 2. My Gyarados. 36 to 43. Yeah. Do I pop my Terra Grassing now? Or do I just go out to Uxie? Uxie is useful for Lando. Lando could be a bit of an issue. I think I'm fine going out to UXC. I don't really want to take damage on this thing. Yeah, I think I'm fine going out to UXC. Under punch. That looks about as expected. Doesn't appear banded. UXC. Did just under 100 actually. This isn't adamant hands. Yeah, the hands doesn't appear to be adamant, so that's fine. Do we fire off a psychic here? Psychic seems like a relatively safe play, to be honest. Just guaranteed damage on anything. Yeah, just guaranteed damage on anything, I'm fine with that. Is this thing faster? Swaps out. Great ground. We've gone to Kieran. Gaslight. Back on Fez, interesting. This will live too. I guess he might be... Does Fez naturally outspeed me? It does actually. It does actually. Let's see, he could try to get a roost opportunity off. But we do have the chance to get Spadef drops with Psychic. Moonblast is probably their best offensive move to hit me. I think I'd honestly rather claim this KO and then make Dart super spammable. Yeah, I think I'd rather claim this KO and make Dart super spammable. Return, that's not the end of the world. Toxic Chain, that is extremely annoying, but we'll make do. That is extremely annoying, but we'll make do. So it probably goes out to cure him here. Maybe I should have just stayed in Tower Grassed. But I know I was worried about that Ogre Pawn. Although the fact that U-turn means it's not SD. Cuddles, that is Kieran. Cool. Ooh, nasty crit. I mean, payback for the poison, I guess, but the poison is way more likely. I think we do just pivot Scizor here, scout what he's doing. Scizor. I should live in Ice Beam, so unless he Dracos. Yeah, I always have Specs Ice Beam. So he would have to Specs Draco here to kill me. He would have to Specs Draco here to kill me. Ice Beam. It did 131 minus 38. It did 92. Okay. So yeah, that's Specs Kieran. Good to know, good to know. Do I call the switch here? You could just sack Fez pretty easily. But also you just pivot into hands. I think I'll U-turn here. Does withdraw. What do we see? Girl boss. We see Ogre Pawn? Jesus, alright. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I would love to go out to Pult here, but that thing is still alive. I think we do just have to go Gyarados. He surely doesn't go hard Lando here, right? I'm just gonna Earthquake again, no, let's see. I'm just gonna Earthquake again. He does Cudgel. That's fine. He's not carrying a Grass move, which is fantastic for me. Does he pivot hard to Lando here trying to call me? I genuinely don't think he will. I genuinely do not think he will. I'll Earthquake again. Does U-turn this time. So if I did have hazards on this team, then the Ogerpon would be dead on entry, but it's whatever. Thankfully the Ogerpon is nearly dead, so even if I have to lock myself into something like Psychic Fangs, then I'm fine to kill it. Gaslight sacks the Fez. That is amazing. That is absolutely fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. I'm more than okay with that. Lando comes out. Interesting. Probably the Rock Slide. Do we sack Scizor here? That's the question. Do we sack Scizor here? If he's physical Rock Slide, do I KO? I don't have to be worried about Rock Polish, thankfully. Landorus. Yeah, I think here might be the Scizor sack. I think here might be the Scizor sack. Crunch. Makes sense. Didn't Rock Slide, which is interesting. I fully expected Rock Slide. Do I just go to Enam here? I think Enam's superpower is fine. What else do we have in the back again? Kyurem hands this Ogerpon. So yeah, I think U here is fine. Do I actually Terra? I might just Terra. I don't see myself Terraing Gyarados. I might just Terra here, even just to take the Rock Slide a bit better. Or maybe I don't. No. If he's just mixed with Sludge Wave, then I just die. So I definitely Terra Superpower. Yeah, 100%. Okay, probably an Ogerpon sack. Garboss, yeah, Ogerpon sack. That's actually okay. So Gyarados is much less valuable now that this thing is gone. So I could use it for an Intimidate sack on either Lando or Hands. Man, if I didn't immediately Terra, then I think this Enam actually could have just swept. Lando comes back out. Terror ghosted. +1 defense. Crunch is a roll heavily in my favor to not KO. But play rough and never KOs. I think we just sack Gyarados here. That's obviously a safe play. Sacking Gyarados here is the very safe play. Crunch is fine. At least now I'm fairly confident that he's Scarf Lando. Let me calc to see if he's actually Life Orb. Actually, I just realized I was calculating Life Orb in my last calc, which was dumb. Because I obviously know he's Scarf from the way he brought it in. So he's going to be scared of a water move here, I'd say. Maybe he's scared of Crunch not KOing. Yeah, that looks to be not Life Orb, so it's probably Scarf. I'll just EQ in case the Hans comes out. Does Crunch. Does not KO. So I could have rested, but I don't think it's a big deal. I actually might even just save this thing, to be honest. I don't need Overquill at full health. Yeah, I do not need Overquill at full health. Let's go back out to Overquill, save this thing from Intimidate later on. There's no reason to sack it. There's literally like no reason to sack it. I think I just raw Gunk Shot here. Yeah, I think I just raw Gunk Shot here. Yeah. Withdraws into hopefully hands and we land. Hands and we land. Let's go Overquill! Let's go Overquill! That's my goat! That's my goat! He didn't even need the rain. He didn't even need the rain. Lando comes back out. We could even just sack this thing for Aqua Jet Chip. Actually, if I sack this for Aqua Jet Chip, then Scarf Bolt literally just wins. So I think that might be just be the play. Overquill. Yeah, like my Aqua Jet easily puts it in Dart's range. So I can just sack this thing for Aqua Jet Chip. If he wants to try and overplay, then that's fine as well. He does U-turn. That's fine. We know the Kyurem is Specs. So honestly, we can even just save Overquill. We can honestly even just save Overquill. It's useful for Aqua Jet just in case. So we sack Gyarados here. And then we're just going to Pult and we win. Because we know the Kyurem is Specs from the Scizor roll. Dragapult! I could have went into Enam actually, but we'll give the kills to Bolt. We'll give the kills to Bolt. Let's go for darts. Bump. And bump. And yeah, darts is always a KO from here. We just darts away. Boom. Oh, actually, maybe not. He has a decent bit of bulk. Okay, nice. So Dragapult finishes up the game. Nice little 4-0 win against Steve, which I did not expect. I was really scared of his team. But honestly, there not being sand in the matchup was a really big help to me. And few fortunate calls on my part. Kind of keeping up momentum for most of the game. So yeah. I suppose that's week number 7 down in the books. We're now 6-1. So we'll be playing next week against Crep for the final week of regular season. And I think that win guarantees I have a bye in the first round of playoffs, but I'm not actually too sure. I'll leave the stats and all that shit up to the reason I go. Alright. We'll see you for next week now.